over 3 years ago, I was sitting on the couch and I said to Jordan, I think that we're going to start a kids snack brand. He's like, what?
And here we go. Welcome to We'll Sleep When We're Dead. We are so excited to be here with a fun guest today. Rachel Mansfield is joining us so kindly. Welcome, Rachel.
Yeah, thank you for having me. The name of your podcast is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We
really love that name so much. How do you relate to that name, by the way, with 3 children? Does it hit home or?
I don't, because I was talking about this morning with my mother-in-law, and like I go to sleep at like 9:30 and I'm in a coma for 8 to 8.5 hours. Like, yeah.
Wow. And are your kids good sleepers?
Yeah, they sleep through the night. Like we'll hear from them sometimes, like if they have to go to the bathroom or like they need water, but like, yes, they sleep, like they go to sleep around 7:30 and they're up at like 5:36. So they're not like 12 hours anymore, but they sleep.
Right. Yeah. Wow. We
really got bad sleepers. It's still, I'm like, mine are 6 and 3 now. And
Did you sleep train?
We did.
Like cried out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's tough.
I can't vibe. I can't do that. Like my husband was traveling last week for Cadootz's first trial run in Ohio. And I was alone and I was like, if my kids need something in the middle of the night, like I like won't hear them. Like I'm such a deep sleeper, but like I subconsciously knew. So like, you know, when someone came in, they like peed the bed, like I was able to like help them. But when Jordan's home, done. Like,
you are the reverse, because Kev is exactly that way. I mean, I tell Sam when I travel for work, I'm like checking the cameras to be like, okay, the children are up. I now need to like call my husband and make sure that he is aware that they are also awake. So
yeah, it's it's team effort.
It's a gift, Rachel. I love that.
It is. But I also like my mother-in-law said to me this morning, she's like, it's because you have so much going on that like my brain just like shuts down. Like I'm done. Like someone asked me to go to dinner at 8:30. I was like, I physically and mentally can't do that for you.
I can't. No. Well, I love that we've hopped right in, but we haven't even introduced you yet. And I think
hi.
Oh my gosh. No, this is how we kind of ride on this podcast quite a bit. We like to call it like basically a group chat that's just everyone's kind of a part of, which is really fun. So Rachel is all the things. I'm probably gonna miss something amazing, but cookbook author, recipe developer, investor, co-founder, mom, wife, daughter, friend, all the things. Like
that was good.
Did I cover it? What did I miss? I mean,
sister. That's it. But like, no, you would have no way to really know that. So it's fine.
Gosh.
You didn't miss anything.
So
you did a great job.
We had the pleasure. I was thinking about this the other day. I thought, and I don't even know if you'll remember this. We met virtually on a phone call for the brand I was at previously to this, talking about like a partnership, and you're an investor there and whatnot. And I remember distinctly our first conversation. I think I maybe had just miscarried or something like that. And you were just like the biggest support system, having not known me at all. We just had like the most lovely, deepest conversation within. And I just remember it so well because I was like, I'm just calling this woman about business stuff. And then we just started talking about motherhood and all the things. So
I'm so happy you have that like that story and that like affiliation with me. But that's also like, that's like one of my weaknesses where like I just want to become friends with everybody.
Oh my gosh. It was just the best. And it's been so fun because we are in the same industry and it's a very small industry. And I feel like paths cross a lot. And it's been so fun to see you at Expo West and also obviously follow all of your content, which is so fun because the other half of this story is obviously Sam. I will never forget when I was like, hey, I get to talk to Rachel today. And Sam's like, wait, what? She's like, I have been following her for years. And I love, like, she cooked all of your recipes, was like so
well, and it's because, Rachel, my mom is celiac. And
Your mom?
Yeah. So I'm 38 and my mom my older sister's 40. And when my mom had me, when she was 32 years old, so for the past 30 years, something in her system triggered celiac.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah. So I grew up literally like with the worst food. Love my mom. She's the number one listener. But like gluten-free wasn't a thing. But my mom has like such a sweet tooth. And I mean, I've been following your recipes like pre your kids because I remember like learning about, because I would Google, I always loved baking for my mom. And it was hard to find gluten-free treats back in the day. I know that's crazy to say now, but like I have made so many of your banana breads, pumpkin breads, apple muffins, like the baking gluten-free, because I didn't want to just use like fake stuff. So like learning about almond flour. So anyway, yeah, when I like then learned that you guys knew each other, I was like, I literally have been making her stuff and I still make your baked goods. So
I love that. I
yeah,
know. In the
it's
beginning,
really
that's
across
so
the world.
sweet. Well, like in the beginning, I shared so many baking recipes and desserts.
Yes.
And I mean, I started my whole brand with around oatmeal.
Yeah.
So, and then now it's funny because actually when this comes out, it'll be news. My second cookbook's coming out, and it's all dinner recipes and like lunch.
Oh my gosh!
So it's like it's
that.
watching my brands like evolve so much. Where I started with all like cookies and banana breads and baked oatmeals and muffins and all of the things, and there is like a breakfast and a dessert chapter in the book, but like it's all about making food for dinner and for lunch and like feeding your family. But it's also kind of funny that like I'm not gluten free. Like my food just like happens to be gluten free. And my husband found out when my middle son was like 1, so 4 years ago, and I was like at that point 6 years into making like gluten free friendly recipes. It just so happened that like almond flour and like if you use gluten-free oat flour and coconut flour and all these ingredients that I was using were just like whole food ingredients and they happened to be gluten-free. But I never set out saying that I wanted to make gluten-free food. It just kind of like happened that way.
Wow. Well, your search, it comes up. Like if I type like back in the day, eight years ago or however long that was, of me like gluten-free banana bread. Like I just was like so excited to bake her stuff. So anyway,
I love it.
Love the stuff.
Thank
so
you.
All to say, we're thrilled that you're here. We're so grateful. And I think one of obviously the only people that have been on this show so far are moms. That's kind of, the brand of this
Your number one fans.
Yeah. Which is funny because the husbands, and I don't actually know, Sam, if Kyle has said this, but Kevin has made a point multiple times to say, like, I think it would be really nice if you had some dads on here. Like there are some dad listeners. And so I'm like, is that you? Like, are you signing up for this, or who are we having? I don't know.
He wants the attention. He wants a
little podcast love. But with our moms, we always love to ask, like, first and foremost, like, what has been your journey to motherhood? Because Sam has 3 kids, I have 2 kids, like everyone's journey looks a little different. And I would be curious if you'd be open to sharing that.
Yeah. Do you mean like
what was it like? When did you start thinking about having
when I want to have kids?
Like, how did you decide 3 was like the right number for you? All of that.
I remember very vividly when I wanted to start trying to have kids. We were living in Battery Park and we were walking to like the Whole Foods in Tribeca, and I looked at Jordan and I was 26. We had just gotten married a year ago, and I looked at him and I was like, I think you should start trying to have kids. Jordan is like very agreeable. Like he was like, okay, great. Like sounds good. And I was on the birth control pill and I went off of it. And then I never got a period. So we were so ignorant. We just thought we were going to get pregnant, like staring at each other because that's what they make it seem like happens. And we started trying, and we tried for about a year, and then we didn't get pregnant. I tried like everything, like acupuncture and herbs and like all these weird cleanses, and like if someone told me to like lay upside down for 45 minutes every day, like I would have done it. And then I was like working with a functional medicine doctor, and at that point it was like a year into trying, and I'm like, this clearly isn't working. And like I wanted to have kids around 27, 28, because I did, to answer your question a few minutes ago, I did want to have 3 to 4 kids.
Okay.
So I wanted to start trying early, and then we ended up going to a fertility doctor. And we got pregnant I did injections and IUI. So I didn't do like full blown IVF. I did like injectables, and then got pregnant with Ezra, and I had him when I was 28.
Okay.
And he's my oldest. Yeah. And he's almost 7 in January, which is, well, when this comes out, he'll basically be 7. It's insane. It has gone really fast.
Is he in first grade now?
Yeah, he's in first grade, and he's like a dude. Like he's on a basketball team. He's on a club soccer team. He eats so much.
It is so weird. Sam and I keep talking about this where Henry just is in kindergarten this year, and I'm like, he's like a bro all of a sudden. Like, all we do is throw a football back and forth.
Yeah. He wants a Nintendo Switch. I was like, oh God. Like, I'm entering the gaming part of being a mom. And like, yeah. So, and then after Ezra, I have 2 other sons, Brody, they're all 2 years apart, between 22 to 24 months apart, Brody and then Cooper.
And did you have to do the IUI for the?
Yeah. My fertility doctor, he texted me this morning, and I was like, I'm not coming back to you, dude. Like, I'm done. No, he asked me a question, and he told me to stop telling people how I got pregnant, though, because it doesn't happen very easily for a lot of women. Like, I did injections and then like would do an IUI and would get pregnant. And at first, like, to conceive Ezra, it took a lot of like trial and error to figure out that like magic potion with the right meds and the right timing and all the things. But then once we knew how to do it, like for Brody it was the same exact way, and for Cooper it was the same exact way. Wow. Cooper was also a twin. So when I got pregnant with Cooper, I was going from 2 kids to 4 kids. Oh my God. And I found out at 4 weeks, and then I miscarried around like 10 to 12 weeks with twin B, who like I thought we were going to have twins. Like, I got really excited. I was like, oh, this is going to be like crazy, but like cool. This is going to be like really fun. I'm going to have 4 kids under 4. Like, this is awesome. And I don't know why I'm laughing, but sometimes like, you kind of like laugh or giggle like when something's like not right.
Horrible,
and then, exactly. It's like, it's so inappropriate, but I feel like so many people do it.
That is exactly how we are. So,
And at this point, it's like, it's been almost 3 years. No, it's been, it has been over 3 years that this has happened. So I still think about the fact if he could have had twins, but twin B, unfortunately, like didn't make it. And our doctor like prepared us like when we found out I was pregnant, it was like 4 to 5 weeks. And he was like, this other child is probably not going to make it. Like, they're not growing as quickly as twin A is. So they didn't make it. So 3 kids it is. And we're very content, and we are done.
Yeah.
And Sam always loves to ask this question because she also has 3.
Yeah. 3 rocked me. Like 2 to 3 transition. And because I think everybody who has 3 has a very specific viewpoint. How was the 2 to 3 for you?
How many years apart are your kids?
So, okay, this is the other question I get a lot. So I have very similar. I have 7-year-old, and then I have a 4.5, but then my third is 18 months to the day younger.
Oh.
So the 8. Yeah. So that's where a lot of people tell me who have 3 that they're like, I think it was your 18-month difference.
It is.
Okay, because 3 didn't rock you
No,
as
it
much?
did. But Cooper and Brody are 22 months apart. So it's only a 4-month difference, like what you were going through, or what you are going through, I should say. But 0 to 1 rocked me.
Okay.
Because Ezra was so colic until I'm not kidding, until like about 4. Ezra is he was challenging for us for the first few years. And my husband's mom would be like, Jordan was the same way, like he was the same way, and then he turned like 3 and it got a lot easier, and it definitely did. Then 1 to 2 was a breeze because Brody, I went into labor on my due date. Like, he's just so like as a baby,
he's your methodical baby.
Like as a child, like as a baby, so cooperative and just like happy and like whatever. Cooper was such an is like, he's like so fun to be around. Like, I'm like, he's a very easy baby. But the logistics of 2 to 3 is what rocked me. It's not like Cooper as a baby or as a child that was challenging. It was trying to navigate everyone's like schedules and their needs. And like, I run 3 different businesses. I've never had a maternity leave. So like, I wasn't like, I didn't have a baby nurse. Like, someone recently said to me, they thought that I had like a live-in nanny. And like, I was like, no, like Jordan and I, like my parents live in Florida 80-something% of the year. Like, when they're here, they help, of course, because they love being around my children. Same with my in-laws, but it's like, we don't have like all of this built-in help all the time. Like it was a lot trying to like recover from my second C-section. Take Ezra to like, have Brody's Shabbat a month later, Ezra's Shabbat and birthday a month later, Brody's birthday the week after. Like, I was like in a diaper at Ezra's birthday party.
Like, that's so horrible.
It was a lot. So that part of going from 2 to 3 was like, I think that's the challenging part is like, it's also not like, okay, Jordan, you have Ezra and I have Brody. It's more like you never have alone time.
No.
And when Cooper turned like 2, it got a lot easier, I think.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel similar. Anybody I talk to who's even thinking about the 2 to 3, the logistics is literally the word I use. Like,
it is.
your whole world changes. It's less about maybe what they want to do, and it's more of like, this works for the family system. But I will say to you, Rachel, now that my baby is 3, she'll forever be my baby.
Yeah.
I am, like, so obsessed with having 3. It was not my plan, like you said you wanted 3 or 4.
Really?
I wanted 2, but my husband's one of 5, and he literally, Rachel, wanted 1, and I got him to 3. It's, like, the best work I've ever done. Like, I got him to 3.
And
Oh my
Rachel,
God.
we are still, and by we, I just mean me, I'm still campaigning for a pod baby because I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm like, if Sam got pregnant, think about all the things we could
this
talk
will be
about on this
fun.
pod.
Yeah, but
Oh
yeah,
my
I just
God.
feel like now that I see her as a 3-year-old, I'm like, this is, everything I wanted and more. Like, the
It's so
chaos
fun.
is perfect. It's literally perfect. But it was a rough go.
Yeah.
Everybody like, you have to stay in for a little bit longer, and then you're in it after a couple years, and you're like, "Oh, this was perfect." So,
I do think that, like, if we waited another year to have Cooper, it would have been, like, a little bit easier because Brody
yeah.
wasn't even 2 when Cooper was born, same with your middle child, so,
Yeah.
like, that made
So
it really
hard.
hard.
Yeah.
Brody was potty trained, like, very early because of that.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You kinda and then by the time your 3rd comes around, like, I don't know how you are with your systems, but my 3rd, like, doesn't really wanna nap anymore, and instead of fighting it, I'm like, "What's the point? Nobody else is nap"
No.
like, it's just
Cooper
like,
stopped
whatever.
napping. He stopped napping at 2.5. Ezra napped until 3.5,
Yeah.
4, okay, and he would take 3-hour naps.
Huh.
But, like, honestly, Cooper's nap, which I loved it on the weekends because, like, I would be able to, like, catch up on something. I'd be able to, like,
Yeah.
watch a TV show, like,
Mhm.
but now I just, like, I don't wanna be stuck at home.
Yeah.
Like,
Same.
it was I also wasn't really at with Cooper, he wouldn't nap anywhere but a car seat until he was older. Like, he only
Okay.
napped in the car seat because he was either at, like, an activity or we were on the go or, like, wherever. He never napped in his crib. He's like an
Oh,
on-the-go baby.
yeah. Yeah, they
So,
have to be.
yeah.
They have to be.
I
Oh my
love
gosh,
that.
that's wonderful.
So, Rachel, I'm so curious. You have these 3 kids, these 3 beautiful kids, and you also have multiple businesses. Not just 1, not just 2. I don't even think it's just 3 anymore. Like I can't even imagine how many you're running. So, I'm curious, like we always talk about systems and we've kind of mentioned that, but I'm like, how do you think about fitting it all in? Because it's
Yeah.
work-life balance isn't really a thing. We talk about work-life integration on this pod because it feels
Yeah.
like a more fitting dynamic, but I'm just curious how it all works for you.
Partnership. Like, my husband and I are, like, we are a true team, and he works with me in
Yeah.
our businesses together, and, like, we are a team. So, that is the only way that this works. Like, when he was gone for cadootz trial run, it was really hard for me because, the mornings were fine. It was more just, like, we have a nanny, but, like, she can't go to, like, Brody's basketball when Ezra
Oh.
has a soccer tryout, and then Ezra has a math class till 8 o'clock on Wednesdays. Like, I had to bring all the kids to his soccer pickup at 7. Like, there was so much. And I think
Yeah.
that's like having Jordan and like we are a true like 50-50 partnership because we both work, like we know our roles. And so it really like that is like our like that's the only reason why I'm able to do this. And he's like very supportive because he knows that there's a lot of times where my career like does have to it doesn't take a back seat because it supports our family, especially right now.
Right.
Like cadootz is a startup. It's a pre-revenue company. Like we're not like it launched 7 seconds ago. Like it's not like we don't make money from it. So he's very supportive when I'm like, I have to like prioritize these deadlines for work today. Like, can you put the kids to sleep or like, can you
Yeah.
do this? Like, so the partnership for me is really key in how I can do this.
And how do you think about like the expansion piece of it? Because obviously your business and your brand personally and otherwise has evolved so much over the years. Like when do you start to feel like, okay, I'm ready to take on more or like we're ready to expand in this way?
Yeah, it's funny because our founding investor for cadootz, his name's Kiva, and he was at our house yesterday for the cadootz photo shoot. And he wanted to like have like a launch party for when we launch. And I was like, I'm so bad at like celebrating like when something like that happens. I'm like, what's next? Like, okay,
Yep.
great. We launched these 3 flavors. Like,
Interesting.
can we start doing the next flavor? Or, like, what's the next product innovation? Or like, we just looked at this retailer. Great. Who's going to be after that in 2027? Like, I'm always thinking about expansion, but I
Yeah.
think that once so I have like my brands, like my food content site, social platforms, etc., Substack. then there's our venture arm, which is Great Shit Ventures, where we're investors now in over 25 different companies, which is crazy. And then there's Cadootz, and then there's like my book within my brand. So I feel like I've like reached the maximum.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's expansion from here. Like, I also don't like to bite off more than I can chew. So, like, I want to do Cadootz well because that is my long-term plan. Like, that is, like, what I hope to do in, 5 to 10 years. I always wonder, it's like I'm 35. Do I want to be posting on Instagram in my mid-40s? Do I?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been doing this for 12 years. I feel so old in this space sometimes. Like, I'm not a TikToker. Like, I don't know all the viral things. Like, I don't know. I always wonder, like, what's the long-term play here? But I love what I do. It's amazing. And I love working with brands and creating content. So I think that the expansion is like expanded. I think we're good. I think this is like a happy place for me.
And do you set, like, I'm just thinking from a mom, like my husband works nonstop. Do you set personal boundaries as well? Like, or is it just fluid? Like some weeks you just said like Cadootz needs you until late night, or are you like, nope, Sunday from 12 to 5 is a non-work hour for me and only family time? Or is it just constantly ebb and flowing? And are you just like checking in with yourself? Like, am I okay today? Am I okay today?
I like haven't been okay for a while, but
Okay.
I work like 7 days a week. I think it's obnoxious when people say that they work all the time. Like one of my biggest pet peeves is when someone tells me they're so busy or they don't have time
Rachel.
to do something. And I'm like, everyone's busy in their own way. And like, if you wanted to make the time to do something, you would. Like someone was like, oh, I don't have time to do that. And I'm like, okay. Like you just clearly didn't want to do it. Like I had to like pause one of my gym memberships and my instructor was like insulted. And he was like, what do you mean you don't have the time? I was like, I didn't say I don't have the time. I said, I can't make the time right now to prioritize this. If I wanted to prioritize it, I'd be there.
Distinction.
Like it's a difference.
Yeah.
What was your question? Because I feel like
just like no, you're kind of answering that it's fluid of just like, do you have boundaries or do you just kind of like go? Yeah.
So Saturday and Sunday mornings, I get up before 7. Always. I work for 2 to 3 hours every weekend morning. I have to. Okay. If it doesn't happen that morning, it'll happen in the afternoon. It'll happen. Like I just don't have a choice right now, which is fine. I'm very happy. I don't complain about it. It's just like a fact. I want to be Ezra's volunteer. I was his Halloween chaperone for his class party. Like, I want to be able to take him to his soccer, Brody to this. And like, in order to do that at 2:00 on a Friday, like that means that like that will then trickle over to the next day. Like I have to catch up. We're renovating a new home, or we're renovating an old home, I should say. So
I just saw that.
And we're moving. Yeah, we're moving.
I believe it. That's amazing.
So we're moving into like by the time this comes out, I will be moved and living in a demo home.
Wow.
And so like today from 1:30 to 5, I have straight appointments for the house. And Jordan was like, do you want to go to dinner after? And I was like, I do, but I also like, I'm going to have to work tonight. I'm not going to be able to do both. So like I said, like, no, I was like, we can't make plans tonight. We have to like stay home. So it's just like, I have to sacrifice things. And like my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She was at everything, never missed anything. And my dad, like, he was the breadwinner. He supported us, but like he was at everything too. So like, at least in my eyes, but like, I want to be able to like support my children. And like, when they get home from school, if I'm not picking them up, which I take them to school, like I take it actually every single day. I take at least one of my children to school. It just alternate too. But when they come home, I leave my office door unlocked, even if I'm on a call, because I don't want my kids to think I'm inaccessible. Like my mom was standing at the kitchen waiting for me.
Yeah,
and like, I love that. Like I want to be like, how was your day? Do you want a snack? Like I made this today. Would you like to eat it? Brody doesn't like to eat anything really that I make besides Cadootz. He eats Cadootz 10 times a day. But Ezra, he walks and he's like, what'd you make today? Like he's like ready. Yeah, I just have to make sacrifices. Like some days I'm full on in my brand, and then some days I'm full on in Cadootz, and some days I'm full on mom. And as you just said, I don't believe in balance. It doesn't exist.
Just really quickly, because so Rachel, my story is that I moved to Brooklyn 2 years ago. I'm from
where?
all over. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, but I only lived there a year. I lived in San Francisco for 7 years. I've lived in Pittsburgh. We've traveled a lot for my husband's job. I used to be a teacher, and I've stopped working because we keep having children. Anyway, all of that to say, you literally said exactly what I think is. I think New Yorkers are wonderful, and I love living in New York. But if I had a penny for every time a New Yorker said to me, "I'm just too busy. I'm
Oh,
so
I'm like,
busy."
fuck
And it
off.
was like, I know. And it's like,
Ugh.
everybody is busy. I'm so confused. And then they'll make excuses and people laugh that is my thing. I'm like, it's just so funny how everyone is just so busy. And I just thought
Yeah.
that was funny that that's what you added because I know you're on the East Coast. And I'm like, everybody is freaking busy.
Yeah,
And like
they're
you said,
obnoxious.
Lucy and I are creating this podcast from scratch. We're busy, but if you want to do it, we do it. Like you just find a time. So I
Yeah.
thought that was so funny.
Yeah. It's
Rachel,
something
I
about
feel
this
like the
area.
thing that I love is that you are your own boss. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that's so interesting that I hear from so many friends, especially at like this stage. Once you're like 15 years into a career, a lot of women that I know are trying to figure out like, how do I become my own boss so I can do that? Because I think a lot of people would have the same thought where it's like, if it's up to me and the hustle and the drive is directly correlated with my output, I would put in more, or I would work on Saturday and Sunday morning or whatnot. How much of that is tied to like your drive? The fact that like you are owning it, you're making the decisions, all of that.
You have to be really, really driven and very, very disciplined to be your own boss, I
Yeah.
think, like at least to be successful at it. Like I set goals for myself every year. I have like very high expectations. Like when Jordan started working with me and like ultimately he was his own boss, for him it was like a shock because he was used to having like quarterly reviews and check-ins. His boss is telling him what to do, and now it's like no one's telling you what to do. Like if you don't do it, just nothing will happen.
Yeah.
And I like that. Like I thrive in that type of situation. It has its ups and downs where like I didn't have a maternity leave, like I don't have coverage,
Yeah.
but I also don't know how to shut off. So for me, it was fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like we made it through. But being my own boss is like, I never thought I would be. I said to my parents last week, they were at Ezra's soccer game with us, and I was like, we brought cadootz, like a box of it to the snack on, which is so weird to see it like out and about. I was like, did
So
you ever
cool.
think that I would like start a food company? And they were like, no, never. They were like, we thought you'd be like a magazine editor or like working in publishing or something. But they never thought that I would like work for myself. But my mom, my dad always said, they always say that I'm like a sure bet. Like they never had to worry about me because they were like, Rachel always gets it done. Like if like I tell you I'm going to do something for you, like, I'm going to handle it and it's going to be done like correctly. Like that I'm very dependable. And not like some people, which like there's no problem, like there's no right or wrong, but some people do better in a situation where they don't have to think about everything. Like not everyone wants to be their own boss. It's not for everyone. Like it's a blessing it's a blessing and a curse. Like sometimes I wish I had a 9 to 5 where like I didn't have to do anything after and I could like leave my office, wash my hand and like bye.
Yeah.
Okay, see you on Monday. But I don't even like know that life.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's so true.
We've talked a few times here about like mentors. We find this word coming up. Do you have people that you kind of can like look not up to because you're crushing it, but just like a little bit of guidance of just like, can I pick your brain? Or do you kind of just like you and Jordan just like crush it, go full steam ahead and you just figure it out?
Yeah, I don't have a mentor. My parents, honestly, I call them for everything. So my dad really mentors me a lot in my career. My mom mentors me like in life and also within my career too. Like even though she didn't work, like my mom knows every intricate detail of my job. Like she knows when there's drama with a brand campaign. She knows when I'm like kind of struggling, my income was lower that month or like whatever it may be. Like my parents really support me. And then my best friend's also my manager, like my brand manager now. And we're not like formally like mentors, but we always say that we really like motivate and inspire each other. And I always want to like surround myself with people that are like smarter than I am, which like isn't that hard. Like I'm not like that smart of a human, but like I always like to
disagree. We disagree.
No, like I just like I'm very average in that sense, but like I always like to like surround myself with people that have skill sets that are different than mine. Like I learn from them, and I feel like it's not like a formalized like mentor, but I definitely depend on my parents, and her name's Lisa, my like brand manager / best friend of like almost 10 years. And Jordan and I like really like mentor each other.
That's amazing. And your
So
parents
you're
are
like
kind
the
of mini
classic-
celebs. I feel like at Expo West and things
My
like that, they are
parents?
like, yes.
No, my parents like truly, they'll be like in Oregon and someone will walk up to them and be like, "Are you Rachel's mom and dad?" I'm like, "You're in Oregon." Or like my mom was at the nail salon, this is a couple months ago, and someone sends me a DM of my mom and a picture of her getting a pedicure. "This is your mom?" And I'm like,
No.
Oh
like,
my
sometimes
God.
I feel like my parents, thankfully, they don't mind, like, they think it's adorable, but, like, I feel, like, kind of, like, guilty sometimes, so it's like, "Oh, like, that's kinda scary for them," and it's like I was talking with this with my husband before, so, like, I got part of me, like, doesn't even wanna get into this, but I'm like, "Am I doing the right thing sharing so much of my life on the
I
internet? Like,
know.
is
Oh,
that
I
right
feel
for
that.
us?"
I
Like,
feel it so deep.
I
I'm
think
such
I
an
need to
open book.
reassess that. Yeah, like, I think I need to, like, reassess what I'm doing now that my kids are getting older. So that's, like, a larger topic that I need
Yeah.
to do some soul
Yeah.
searching about, but, like, my parents don't mind. Like, I don't really post, like, Jordan's family a lot because they're private, and, like,
Yeah.
they never ask me not to, but I just, like, I know my parents, like, they, like, think it's funny, so it's fine for
Right.
them. But I'm just like, "Ooh, like, what am I
Yeah.
doing?" Like,
It's
sometimes I
so
just
interesting.
yeah, like, I feel like it's almost ignorant that I sometimes feel like people are watching. Like, I forget. Like, I
Yeah.
forget that there's, like, like, thousands of people watching what I'm doing, and I'm like, "Oh,
Mhm.
this is, like I need to be, like, I need to remember this."
Yeah.
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 But then to be, like, authentically yourself and relatable is why you've been able to create. I mean,
It's a
it's a real hard
catch-22.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
it's
know.
really I even find myself on this podcast with Lucy, like, I'm a very overshare, and afterwards, I'm like, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. I probably shouldn't have said
Story of
that."
my life.
But, like, I don't know how else to be also, so it would be, like, a really strong practice for me to be more edited, and I
Same.
really try sometimes to be that way, and then I just get awkward. So I feel you on that one. That
But
one is
people,
a
like,
tough one.
they like to relate and, like, sometimes
Yeah.
sharing, like, the vulnerabilities that, like, I go through as a mom and as a person, like you guys are sharing, like, people like that because it makes you feel less alone. But
Yeah.
then there's, like, those crazies out there that make
Yes.
you kind of, like, question, like, "Should I be doing
Everything.
this?" Like, I don't
Yes.
know if I should be. So it's
I
hard.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay, this kind of ping pongs back to another thing you were talking about earlier with the after school snacks. Sam and I are like so curious
Mhm.
how you can stay creative with feeding your children because
Truly.
Oh,
we
yeah, I'm not that
are
creative. I'm really not. It looks more
I'm like, how is
no.
it time to feed these humans again?
Again.
Like
Always.
Again.
Always. There's a lot of I know.
any tips, any thoughts? I
Yeah.
mean,
Packing lunches is the hardest, I
yeah,
find. Like, the dinner part, like, isn't that hard for me because, like, I'll go into my pantry, I'll see a box of pasta. I
Yep.
know there's a pound of ground meat somewhere in that freezer. There's, like, a jar of some sauce. There's, like, some frozen broccoli. There's this, like, I can concoct something, like, maybe that's where my creativity,
Yeah.
but we eat, like, the same foods on this like, a rotation,
Yeah.
and I'm always creating new food for work.
Yep.
So between, like, my rotation and then, like, work, there's never, like, a lull, and
Yeah.
that's a big perk of my job is, like, Jordan the other day, he comes in, he's like, "Did you make anything, like, this morning that I could eat for lunch?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's harissa meatballs in the fridge, like, enjoy." So, like, I do
yeah,
recognize
that's
that we're
nice.
at an advantage because of my job
Yeah.
sometimes at that, but, like, the days that I don't recipe test and, like, the weekends and I recipe test Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in the morning. So,
Okay.
like, by Thursday, Friday, there is no food left in my
Right.
fridge,
Right.
and my kids are always hungry. And I'm also, like, pretty health conscious. So, like,
Yeah.
I'm very particular about the foods that they eat. But for, like, lunch boxes, I have a menu. So every week, they know what they're getting Monday through
Okay.
Friday.
Oh,
And
I like this.
yeah, and I've found ways to, like, make it easier for myself. Like, I place the order on Costco, and then,
Yep.
like, we'll go to Trader Joe's, and we'll go to Whole Foods, and we'll go to into Target or wherever. But I always keep, like, so much fruit on hand. I'll keep,
Mhm.
like, cucumbers and carrots, and, like,
Yep.
my kids now, like, I don't have to be as creative for snacks, especially because, like, they have autonomy they can eat pretty much anything in my house. Like, if it's in my house, they know that they can eat it.
Yep.
At
So
free will?
yeah, within reason, like,
Yeah.
the leftover Halloween candy I have to
Yeah.
hide, and, like,
No, but I mean, like, do they have to say, "Mom, can I have a snack?" Or do they just know I can open the fridge and grab an apple?
I think it's a little bit of both
Yeah.
where they,
Yeah.
like, do tell me, like, Brody comes in every day from school and he goes into the refrigerator without telling anyone and he gets 3 mandarin oranges every single day. And he sits there and he peels them and he just eats them. And then Ezra comes home and he has snack like an hour before he comes home. He's like, I'm starving. What can I eat? I have to eat. So he requires attention. He's like, what can I eat? And then he just stares at the refrigerator and he's like, I don't know what to eat. Like, he's so dramatic. And I'm like, just pick something out. And then Cooper, there's no telling him what to eat. He picks out everything himself. This morning I come down, he's eating a chocolate covered Perfect Bar. It's 7-something in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm just
Rachel,
like, whatever. Like,
this is so good. My husband travels so much for work and I've lost all control with my third child.
It's fine.
I love her. She comes in at 6:15. I also love Perfect Bars. Kyle's like kind of stumbling out of bed. I'm ready. And he was like, why is Ruby eating a Perfect Bar already? I'm like, dude, I have no control anymore. I don't know. She got it herself. She unwrapped it herself. Like,
it's honestly impressive.
Yes, I'm just like,
I feel great about this. There were a lot of steps I did not have to do.
Cooper will take like his learning tower and like push it and scratch my floors and to open anything to do it himself. And then there's Ezra who's like, Mommy, what can
help?
I
Help. The first child is just
So there's really no telling them what to eat. And that was also like, you know, when we started cadootz, it was because they were eating like every other cheese cracker. And I just was getting annoyed with like the ingredients of it. So I need you to like have snacks. Like, I don't have to like tell you, no, you can't eat that. Like, if it's in the house, like, they just know they can eat it. If it's an after dinner, after dessert, I'm hungry, which happens all the time. Ezra knows he can, there's 2 options: a banana with peanut butter, which he has every single night. He eats a full dinner, a full dessert, and then he has a banana with peanut butter 7 days a week. And the other 2 will have like a pouch. Like, they'll still eat like the veggie Serenity Kids pouches. They're not even fruit pouches. They still eat like the meat and vegetable pouches because I started them on them at such a young age. It was like our second investment, and I'm obsessed with them. And so they just like, they're like, and they also are very like health conscious themselves just because of like how they've been raised. But when we were just in the Bahamas, Ezra didn't have fried food till 5, like easily 5 years old. Never had fried food. Cooper is not even 3 and was eating French fries and dipping them in ketchup when no one was looking. And I'm just like,
he's like, I'm living my life, Mom. This is what I'm having. Okay, I feel like this is a perfect time for you to tell us about cadootz. Tell us about cadootz. Where are we going to be able to find it? I know Sam and I can't wait to get our paws on it. So
I'm excited.
It's really exciting to learn about too, Rachel, because as much as you go to a grocery store, there's so much food, but sometimes but sometimes as a mom, you do feel that of like, there's not a lot of good options, which is crazy because you're in a store with so many options. So I can't wait to hear about it.
Thank you. So over 3 years ago, I was sitting on the couch and I said to Jordan, I think that we're going to start a kids snack brand. He's like, what?
and here we go.
Yeah.
But he's agreeable. So he's agreeable. Yes.
He's like, can you, like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, we started Great Shit Ventures like at like a handful of years ago now. And I'm just like, we told our LPs, like our investors, that we were going to find healthy kids snack brands. And we did find a few that we're like very passionate about, but there isn't that like shelf stable, nostalgic, like crunchy, salty, maybe has some sweet things, like snack that a parent feels good about that has like the same guardrails that we created with cadootz. So I was like, I want a snack with protein from Whole Food Protein. I want all organic. I want no seed oils. I want nut free so I can go to preschool. I want gluten free. And we're going to make this. And it's going to be great. And then we're going to sell it. And like, you can't, like, I'm a recipe
just
lover.
A couple of guardrails, Rachel. Being in the food industry myself, I'm like, wow. I'm just imagining this R&D development.
So hard. It took us almost a year to find someone to help us create this. Like our team that we hired. So it was very collaborative. And like, even when I met with the team that we ended up hiring, they were like, Rachel, this is insane. Because I was like, no natural flavors, because they're not natural. And natural flavor is like the least natural thing you could you could put in food. There's nothing that I was very particular, and it took us so long, you guys, to create this product. Like I said to Jordan, I don't even remember when, but I was just like, this is why no one's doing this, because this is
it's hard.
Awful.
Hard.
Like this is so hard. And then you finally create the product and then you're like, oh my God, it costs $1 billion to make it. And then you're like, oh my God, the margins it's just 5%. So then after you perfect the product, then we had to reformulate it so that the margins were better. But then the product actually ended up tasting better, which is great.
We'd love that.
And I didn't budge on anything for this product.
That's
Like,
amazing.
it is still USDA organic. There are no seed oils. It has our 5 grams of protein. Like, we are sourcing organic cheese. We're sourcing
Oh my God.
everything is like top quality. And like, you know, my community knows that like if my kids are eating it, like we live like an 80-20 lifestyle.
Yeah.
In my home, it's like 90% like, you know, whole food ingredients. But outside my home, like, you know, Ezra had a funfetti cupcake the other day. Yes, I almost fainted, but like it is what it is.
Yeah.
But like people know that if like I'm creating it, that it's going to be made with ingredients that they can trust, which is I'm just so excited about. So we have cheddar cheese, or cheddar is the flavor, sea salt, then we have ranch. And it's so funny to hear everyone's favorites. And they all have the same guardrails of like the 5 grams protein, etc. And we're starting on our website for D2C very methodically and intentionally, because I don't want to bite off more than we can chew with our launch. Like, we don't know what we're doing. We've never done this before. Like, sure, we're investors in these brands, but like we've never been on this side. So we want to do it slow. Then we're going to be launching on Amazon, probably like, I mean, when this comes out, if it's on Amazon, I'll let you know, obviously. And then I'll know at this point the retailer that we're probably launching in, God willing, in June. So
exciting.
We'll see. If it doesn't happen, I may have you edit that out. But I'm not going to say the retailer because it's not going to be public knowledge yet, but it's like a dream for us. So we're really excited. But it's...
When do you get assortment decisions for that?
What do you mean?
When
do they tell me, like, yes or no? So we were told yes, but we're on our 4th buyer.
Okay.
So there's just a lot of turnover. So it's like, it's a lot. And they also want us to do a multi-pack.
Ooh.
Like a snack pack. And that requires us to have a different co-man or create the product.
Now we're getting into my world. I love talking about
this.
I'm just wondering what kind of packaging it's in. Is it like cute little color packaging? Like you're saying words that does not make sense.
Let me grab it.
Rachel, did you also have fun with the packaging, like outside?
So much fun.
Yeah,
so much fun.
Everything is in packaging.
I'm obsessed with the packaging. So this is cheddar, and then the back of the box is like that old school cereal box vibe with a game on the back. This is like
my daughter loves
our story. It has like more of like our guardrails. This is all of our guardrails, like all no's. So there's 0 seed oils, no gluten, never natural flavors, no gums or emulsifiers, and zilch artificial dyes. So there's cheddar, sea salt. Sea salt's my favorite.
Did you guys work with an agency to get the packaging done?
Ranch. Yeah. So we worked with an agency and we hired them like very early on, which like was a mistake. And like they learned that too, because we hired them way too early. Like we were we thought that like that would be step 1, like after creating, like while we're creating the product, let's sign the brand pack. But like thankfully they were like very patient with us, because like we had a lot of changes and a lot of tweaks and like things to like swap around. They're also kosher, which I didn't think was going to be a big deal, but apparently like I get a DM at least, I would say like 1 to 3 times a day. Are they kosher? Are they kosher? Are they kosher? I was like, oh wow, you guys, there's like no kosher snacks for you.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm Jewish, but like I don't like only eat kosher. So I was like, wow, we're gonna make these kosher. So they are kosher.
Amazing. Wow. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Thanks.
Excited.
Yeah, we're excited.
We always love to ask people what is like their non-negotiable for you, Rachel, every day. What do you need to do to just make Rachel do all the things that you're doing? Mom, everything. Is there any non-negotiable that you have? Like for me, it's working out. I need some type of movement.
My walking pad or a walk outside. Either one. Yeah. Like it's a non-negotiable. Like even yesterday when Kiva was here, there's a lot going on right now. Like I need the hour on my computer as I'm walking, and it was like 40 something minutes, and I was able to just like walk. I accomplished so much, and he sat there and talked to me. Like as I was doing, I was like, this is great.
So that you can work while you're, that's awesome.
I have a standing desk. It's like you can lower it. I never have, because I have like a real desk next to it. Right. It's like the most unaesthetically pleasing setup, but like I have to go for a walk. And I blame Jordan for this. And so like if I don't go for a walk, like I am a cranky human being. Yeah. But when I worked in a corporate office, and so did Jordan, like our first jobs out of college, he bought us Fitbits, like such a throwback. So we got Fitbits, and then I was like, oh my God, I'm like the least active human. So then I started tracking all my steps, and then I went off the deep end tracking my steps. But now, like I don't track my steps, but I just know that like I have to go for a walk. Like I need to like get that movement. And it's also my favorite way to catch up with people is to go for a walk. Yeah. So every day I have to like go for a walk. I don't care how long it is, but it has to be like some type of a movement.
Yeah. Such a good non-negotiable.
Okay. A real quick this or that. Random questions. Mom, food, anything. We always like to start with coffee or tea.
Neither. Diet Coke.
Okay. Do you have caffeine? I hope
wow. Our face of shock.
I really don't drink caffeine. But I drink Diet Coke, which does have caffeine, but I would drink caffeine-free Diet Coke. Like, I don't really care.
Okay. Oh, got it. Okay. Oh, gosh. A good Diet Coke, Rachel, is so good. Okay. Costco run or farmer's market?
Costco. Sorry.
Sweet
or
savory?
I'm practical.
Not offending me at all.
No.
Sweet or savory to cook?
I love to bake. I always have. Sweet.
Yeah. Sweet or savory to eat?
Sweet.
Okay. Write your stuff down, or are you just one that keeps it all in your head?
I have a notepad in my phone.
Yeah, that's how I do
that
it.
has everything. Everything.
Yeah.
So I guess like a little bit of both, but I am the person like on calls that's like handwritten notes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I like to write down.
Yep.
Are you 10 minutes early or get there right on time?
On time. Always.
Are you we kind of touched on this. Are you a yes to all the play dates, or do you protect family time on the weekends?
I would say yes to play dates. I am. I'm good. But like it has to be a play date that like I want to hang out with the parents. But now Ezra gets dropped off, so it's easier.
Drop-offs, Rachel, are game changers.
I know. I got to get Brody in that rotation now. But
and when they drop off to your
nervous.
house, it's nice too because they leave you alone. Like it really works both ways.
Oh no, I like drop off anytime at my house.
Yeah.
I'm also like I'm dropping off my kids at friends' houses for probably 8 hours the day we're moving. Like I'm like, okay, bye.
Yeah, bye.
I'll repay the favor anytime. But
yes, anytime. Respond to a text right away or it takes you 4 days?
It take me 4 days. If it's my mom, if it's my family, I respond as soon as I see it.
Okay.
It depends.
I know.
It depends
you were
on the
so
day.
fast with me, Rachel. Every time you are so sweet.
So I'm not a ghoster. Like if I didn't respond, it's because I didn't hit send. Like I responded in my head, but I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm a dependent. I like one of my skill sets is I'm very dependable. So like if I'm not answering, it's because I'm physically not by my phone. And it's on my laptop too. So like I'm always on my computer.
Oh, the laptop response is the best. And then we didn't touch on mom guilt, Rachel. We'll have to have you back. But are you, when you travel, because you travel a little bit for work, are you a mom that checks the cameras all the time, or do you just say see you when I get home?
I don't have cameras.
Oh, see?
I don't have baby monitors. Like I have them, but they're not on my phone. Jordan has them. He never uses them. We got cameras installed in our new house in our kids' rooms, honestly, just for security reasons. And like, as soon as they're like above the age of like Ezra's, I'll get rid of soon. But it's just like, they're more spread apart. So I'm like kind of nervous, like God forbid something happens. But I call them. Ezra texts me when we're not there. Like texting is great. But when I'm not here, I'm good. Like
you're not having the mom guilt.
No, but I know my max 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
Once I had a work trip that was 9 days. I was unwell. By day 6, I was like, I have to come home. I'm never doing this again. Like I genuinely love being with my children. I like my friends that have like live in help. I'm like, that's amazing. But like, I like want to give my kids a bath. Like I want to like hear about every detail of their lives. Like, and it's not saying that other parents don't, but it's like, I can't be away from my children.
Yeah.
But I think it's healthy to have 3 to 4 days.
Yeah. Well, Lucy and I are quite opposite on the mom guilt. I
have lots of mom guilt. Sam has never felt mom guilt in her life.
So when we travel together, Lucy's like checking in and I'm like, I have no idea what my kids are doing, where they're at. So it's always a fun way for us to.
Yes. I think it's important to have for yourselves. That's like, you need to like think about that. Like I would just like sit in a room by myself. Like I'm so excited for when my kids golf with Jordan and then I have alone time for 6 to 7 hours on a weekend. By the time they golf, I'm like, I'll meet you for lunch.
Yes.
Call me later. By the time they go to the range, go to the locker room, it's like a 5 to 6 hour deal golf.
Yes.
So good.
So good. All right. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Rachel, for taking the time. And it was so fun to get to chat with you.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. This was fun.